If countries in Europe are already beginning to ration certain things due to supply problems, how long will it be before it starts happening in the United States? Up until the past couple of years, many of us in the Western world always considered shortages to be something that only unsophisticated poor countries on the other side of the planet had to deal with. But the last couple of years has shown us that painful shortages can happen to wealthy countries in the Western world too. At first, we were told that they were just temporary, but the months went by and we just kept having more shortages. In fact, in 2022, supply problems have become so serious that many supermarkets in Europe have been forced to strictly ration essential items at various times. For example, it was reported that due to the war in Ukraine, flour, sunflower oil, and sugar were all being rationed by stores in Greece. Over the past few months, we have seen similar measures implemented in other major European nations as well. For example, the war in Ukraine prompted some pretty severe rationing in Spain. Looking forward, natural gas rationing is the next big thing that many people in Europe are talking about. The flow of Russian natural gas into Europe has been cut back, and it appears that this may soon cause widespread rationing in Italy. Of course, other parts of the globe are dealing with problems that are far more serious than what Europe is facing right now. As I discussed in a live stream earlier this week, significant numbers of people are starting to drop dead from starvation in portions of Eastern Africa. Global food supplies just keep getting tighter, and the head of the United Nations is openly telling us that the world is heading into an unprecedented global hunger crisis. So if you have plenty of food to eat tonight, you should be thankful. Here in the United States, economic conditions are deteriorating fairly rapidly, and most Americans are completely and totally unprepared for any sort of a major economic downturn. This past week, I came across yet another survey that shows that about 60% of all Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. And CNN is reporting that Germany is one step closer to rationing supplies now that Russia has decided to reduce the flow of natural gas going to that country. So what is going to happen when those people start losing their jobs in large numbers? Already, we have seen the number of tech layoffs greatly accelerate over the last couple of months. Sadly, the layoffs will get much worse in the months ahead. And as inflation continues to systematically eat away at our standard of living, Americans are turning to credit cards at a record pace. Going into credit card debt is not a solution. At best, it can buy you a little bit of time. And it is especially a bad idea to go into credit card debt as we plunge into a recession. At this point, almost everyone realizes that things are going to get worse. According to one recent poll, a whopping 85% of all Americans believe that the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction. I was astounded to see that 78% of Democrats believe that the U.S. is headed in the wrong direction with a Democrat in the White House. I have never seen a number like that ever before. But this is just another indication that the hour is late and that things are about to start getting crazy out there. For the moment, life is still at least somewhat normal in the Western world. Sadly, it won't stay that way for long, so I would recommend using your time wisely. Not much to say except that I'm just doing my job and letting you know what's happening as it happens. Please don't ignore this warning. In my experience, people tend to ignore or disregard my warnings, but have you taken the time to tell your family and friends? Take a moment to share this video, and you never know who you may be able to reach.